Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev 2. Will it be repeat or revenge? So we're just a few days out from the huge rematch between Bivol and Beterbiev, and we all saw the first fight. We saw how much of a great, exciting fight that one was. So we're expecting nothing but fireworks for the second one. However, if you guys don't know, the first fight was really controversial, which I'm sure you all know. The fight was a great fight, but it was super close to say the least. And even though Artur Beterbiev came out with the win, a lot of people disagree with the decision, including myself, considering how close the fight actually was. Now, a draw probably would have been acceptable in my eyes, and both fighters performed really well in the actual fight, so it was a really tight fight, and the rematch is pretty well deserved, and I'm looking forward to it just as much as probably everyone else is. Now, in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to break down the second fight, talk about the circumstances, how they might be a little bit different to the first fight, and my prediction for the outcome of this one. Now, I know a lot of people are going to hate on this and probably disagree with this statement, but I actually was leaning towards Dmitry Bivol in the first fight. Why is that, you think? Well, I think Bivol kept his distance really well. I think he boxed nicely, and I think he blocked a lot of Beterbiev's aggressive onslaughts. And my initial prediction for the first fight was, if it goes to decision, Bivol will take it on points. However, if Beterbiev does get on the inside and get aggressive, he'll beat Bivol by finishing him. However, my first prediction was completely off, as Beterbiev ended up winning on points. But I think the second fight will be similar but slightly different in terms of the outcome. Now, before we deeper dive into that fight, let's first talk about the Stevenson-Floyd Schofield fight. If you guys don't know, it's breaking news that Floyd Schofield has pulled out of the Stevenson fight due to illness. Now, there's a couple of conspiracies regarding this case, whether or not Floyd actually is ill, which we don't know. But what's funny is Stevenson throughout the whole build-up has been saying he's worried Floyd Schofield is not going to show up. He's been begging for him to show up, saying that make sure to show up on fight night because he doesn't think he will.
I hope he still take the fight. I mean, I'm kind of worried because he's not here. I was kind of excited to see him.
And he was right. Floyd Schofield is not going to be there on Saturday night. So he posted a video of him in a hospital bed actually showing that he's ill. There's been a couple of things from Floyd Schofield Sr., his father, saying that Shakur's team basically screwed him over, set him up and poisoned him, which whether or not that's true, it's a complete conspiracy. But what I think needs to happen now is an investigation needs to be held between these two to see what the actual cause of Floyd Schofield pulling out of this fight was. Because right now we don't have many answers. All we know is that Floyd Schofield has pulled out of this fight. Whether he's ducking, whether he's actually ill, or whether Shakur's team are involved, we don't know. But maybe we'll find out in future weeks to come. Point is, Shakur is looking for a late replacement, and it's 3 days out. I really don't think he'll find anything that will be too exciting, which honestly I'm a little bit disappointed about. I was really looking forward to the Shakur fight. I think it was going to be like my second favorite fight on the card, and it's gone to crap, so can't say I'm the happiest about that. But we have a stacked card, so that's the good news. We have a stacked card full of amazing fights, so it should still be an amazing show. Now back onto the Bivol Beterbiev talk. So there's a couple of circumstances in this fight that are different from the first fight. Now what is that? Well, first of all, Beterbiev in the first fight was apparently injured or dealing with some shoulder problems and didn't come in at 100% supposedly. Even though he did fight very well, apparently he didn't come in at his full health because he was dealing with injuries. Not to mention he had been out of the ring for a while. Well, in the second fight, he doesn't have that problem. So will we see a better Artur Beterbiev? Yes, most likely, because he's had no problems or tweaks during the training camp. It's looking like he's going to come in at 100%. So we might see a better Artur Beterbiev. Now, as for Dmitry Bivol, there's a couple more things that are leaning towards him in this fight. First of all, the judges. Now, I think Mikey Garcia put this really well. The judges are human, and they're going to be hearing all about the first fight. How people were saying Bivol got robbed, Bivol should have won, and they're going to make sure they want to get the score spot on. So if it's a close round, they may feel more obliged to give that close round to Bivol. But they are professional judges, so I'm not expecting it to be a huge difference. But let's not lie, the judging could be significant to the decision of this fight, just like it was in the first fight. Now there's a couple factors about the actual fighters themselves. Beterbiev is an aggressive pressure fighter. Strong, powerful, comes forward, and Bivol was the first person he was unable to knock out because Bivol is so defensively good. And Beterbiev is definitely a dangerous fighter, definitely the more dangerous fighter out of the two. But let's be real, I think Bivol will be able to make better adjustments for the second fight than Beterbiev will. Let me explain that one. Now, it's no secret that Bivol is probably the smarter and higher IQ fighter than Beterbiev. And that's not to say that Beterbiev is not a smart fighter, because he most definitely is. However, Bivol's a very high IQ fighter, and his fighting style relies on adjustments and boxing skill, whereas Beterbiev relies a lot on his aggression, power, and physical abilities. So what I'm saying in turn is, in terms of game plan, I don't think there's a whole lot that Beterbiev can change. Yes, he can come in more aggressive and try close the distance more, try and get more through on Bivol. However, I think Bivol will be able to make smarter adjustments and be able to handle Beterbiev's onslaughts a little bit better in the second fight than he did in the first. He's been in there 12 rounds with him. He's a technical fighter. He's going to go back, study his game, see what he did wrong, and make minor technical tweaks. And yes, of course, so will Beterbiev. I just think Bivol will be better at it. Now let's not lie, the first fight was a 50-50 fight, and it's no different going into the second fight. It's still a 50-50 fight. It's going to be a great fight, and I believe the outcome of this fight will be whoever made the better adjustments from the first fight. Now I'm just going to put this out there. I don't think Bivol can hurt Beterbiev. I don't think he can majorly hurt him. Bivol is not exactly a power puncher, and Beterbiev is a complete monster. I don't think Bivol will be hurting Beterbiev, stopping him, dropping him. I don't see that happening. However, with Beterbiev, that's his main way of getting a strong, clear win. He has to hurt Bivol. And so in the second fight, he has to find a better way to get through to Bivol. He has to make some slight tweaks to his aggression to make this the fight that he wants it to be throughout the majority of the 12 rounds, and not allow Bivol to keep his distance or counter him. Essentially, he has to make this his kind of fight. And that statement right there is a key to victory, in my opinion, for both fighters. Make it your fight. So if I was to make a prediction for this one, I would probably be leaning more towards Dimitri Bivol. However, like I said, it is pretty much a 50-50 fight, so I'm not favoring Bivol too heavily. I just think he'll make the better tweaks for the second fight than Artur Beterbiev. I just think he has to stay away from Artur Beterbiev's aggressive onslaughts, because he got caught up on them a little bit in the first fight. But who do you guys think will win this fight? Will it be a repeat victory for Artur Beterbiev, or will we see revenge from Dimitri Bivol? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. Anyways, that'll be all. I'll catch you in the next one.